Well, we've now reached the end of the main event of BeerCon2, and what a fabulous couple of days it's been. Really, really enjoyable. And a lot of the feedback that we've had um, has been along the lines of you wouldn't have thought it was a rookie conference because of the quality of the speakers. And I've got to say, I agree with that 100%. It's a real testament to the quality of the preparation from the speakers themselves, a testament to the support that they've had from the mentoring groups and the individual mentors that they've gone out and reached out to over the past few weeks of preparation. It's been spectacular. It really has. And personally, I'm incredibly proud of the work that's gone into it by the people that have put in the time, the speakers, the mentors, and so on. We're going to do some shout outs, really. I think that's the best way to proceed. I want to just go through the stuff we went through at the start of both days, really. So, a big shout out to the mentors. So, Claire, James, Sam, Zoe, and Dave really pulled it out of the bag. And a lot of the feedback I've received when interacting with speakers has been just about the mentors. The mentors, yeah, they're solid gold, and the contribution can never be underestimated. And we can't thank you enough for your involvement. Special props again to Jared and Leonard, and you just heard from Leonard there, who had the unenviable task of closing the conference, which is never the easiest thing to do. But Jared and Leonard did talks today, as Scott mentioned in the closing of Leonard's talk, and while also keeping things moving behind the scenes in the conference. And so that was magnificent. The effort there is brilliant. And again, props to Dave, because Dave, as well as being a mentor, he was also part and parcel of the helping and moving people in the right places and calming people's nerves down again with Jared and Leonard, making people feel as comfortable as they possibly could. And if you remember when we started talking about this conference, the aim, amongst others, was to make it a safe and comfortable environment for speakers. And I hope, and I'd like to think that with all the people involved, we managed to do that. And we'd really love your feedback on how it felt, the organisation of the conference, the way that it was executed, and all that kind of thing. And did we add to your nerves, or did we help remove some of your nerves? I think that's the fundamental question that we'd probably like to get to the bottom of. Again, the sponsors. We'll get on to why we've got money for this conference at some point soon. But the idea is not to give it to charity like we did in BeerCon1, but the idea this time around is to reward the people that participated in it, and we think that's really important. But to name the sponsors again, Tribe of Hackers podcast, thank you, Quorum Cyber, Pentest Partners, id Cyber UK, Pwn Defend, Octopi Managed Services, and Exabeam. We thank you very much. Been special enough, this event, I think, but we're going to make it a little bit more special by, again, giving something as a memento out to people that hopefully will keep it in their minds for as long as they have a career in cybersecurity. So we hope. I'm now going to give a roll call of the speakers, and I think that's really important, that they're the people that have made this conference. We've put it together and we've had the support of people and all that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it would have been a pretty empty room for the past 2 days if people hadn't stepped up and been brave enough and had faith and confidence in themselves to deliver the talks. And I think it's fair to say that they gave an absolutely tremendous account of themselves throughout the 2 days. And again, at the end of the conference, I'm not going to pick a favourite talk because I just think they were all brilliant. I really do. And here we go. So we started yesterday morning with Zach Slater, and then we had Juan, and then we had Ben, and then we did our little loose men panel thing, talking about our own conference fails, of which we've had many, and we all will have many. Continue, there's no such thing as a perfect conference. Then we had Nikos, we had Nick, we had Ray, Dan, Marius, Elizabeth, Sean on the mandolin at the end. That was special. I think that's been clipped by quite a few people from out of the Twitch. We had Vivian, we had Sharuk, we had Tech Bitsin. Oh, crikey. This morning opening up, we had Chloe, we had Jennifer and Charlie. That they gave 3 people doing one talk. It can be quite difficult, but they executed it magnificently. So brilliant. We had James Birdseye with his reflections of life in the NHS from the other side of the story. Yeah, not specifically to do with IT security, but how what we do in our little echo chamber and bubble actually directly impacts life out there in the front line. We had Mike Fowler, we had Jared, Vix, Akib, Kula. We'll sort that talk out for you. Don't you worry about that. So we'll give you an absolute artifact that you've got of the talk. But the actual material that you presented was spot on. And there was a lot of superb feedback in the Twitch around the quality of the content. So we'll make sure that you get a nice little package that we can send through to you that you can use as part of your profile. And we really appreciate that you made every effort to make that one work. James Hare, I think the only US based person that we had in the conference. Superb. Ayush, Will, and his spirited talk around fishing and all that kind of stuff. Mark, Josh, marching on together, Josh, Parker, and finally Leonard. So you have been the people that have made this work. And for that, and I'm sure the rest of the beer farmers and anybody that's watched will be eternally grateful and thankful for it. And so thank you very much. We love you. And I'll pass it to the other chaps if they want to say a few words.
Yeah, just to echo Mark's comments, like this was entirely about providing the opportunity for those who maybe had the opportunity and then was taken away due to the current situations in 2020. So it's really like I look back on this and it makes me smile from ear to ear, just seeing the opportunity that we could provide with the help of others, and the actual just everyone just getting involved. So the speakers themselves, the mentors, the audience. I mean, the Twitch chat has just been going nonstop. That just says a lot to the entire event. And it's down to the speakers, the mentors, and the attendees, like as well as those helping behind the scenes. So massive thank you to every one of you, as well as the sponsors. Without you, we can't do what we're going to be doing, what we're going to say. I know that's a lot of we. But yeah, a massive thank you.
Yeah, just from my point of view, I'm a big believer in, even with one person less or one person more, or one speaker less, one speaker more, even just one different speaker, it would have been an entirely different gig. But every single speaker rocked up. They were all nervous as hell. Every single one were like, no, can't do it. No, can't do it. And every single person smashed it out of the park. Every single person delivered a talk that there was not one talk, and I don't mind disclosing this. There's a lot of conferences I go to and I go, that was a waste of time and money. I wish I'd stayed at home and just got the slides. There was not one single talk from today, yesterday, even the Loose Men panel. There was something to be taken out of everything. That doesn't happen often, and that's not us. That's on you for applying. It's on the audience for interacting. It's for everybody in the Slack. It's for the mentors teasing and coaxing people into actually talking or breathing. Or I think one of the pieces of advice was do some push-ups before you do a talk. I'd probably break like a twig if I tried that. But massive shout out, massive kudos. I will pass it back to Mike for stats and recording and a whole bunch of other stuff. Bless you.
Even at the end, I can't remember to unmute myself. Scott, let's talk about Keystat. If you've got that number to hand, then tell us about the unique visitors that we've had on the Twitch over the 2 days.
I think there's a lot of people that are going to really enjoy this. So the unique number is 1,337 views. I shit you not, I've taken a screenshot of it. So currently today we've been streaming for 10 hours and 20 seconds as of that moment. Concurrently, we've always had more than about 60, 70 people watching. Yesterday we had over 110, I think, when Mick LeBray decided to chuck his mandolin. The Twitch chat has been going non-stop. People have been talking about the talks. They've been shitposting as well, which is fine. But they've been going in the Slack. People have been chatting non-stop. I put my phone in Do Not Disturb. When I went to the toilet during lunch, I looked up the BeerCon hashtag, and it's just going nuts on Twitter. So massive shout out to every single person doing that. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd also like to apologize. When we said you're only presenting to us, we lied. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
It was only a little lie, a tiny lie. But yeah, so we had elite number of people, 1,337. Did you say 1,337?
Yeah, I've got the screenshots. I'll share it around.
Right.
But yeah.
You literally could not make that up, right? So yeah, and everyone was elite. Everybody that turned up, really, in my book. But you think about that number, that's kind of footfall you would expect at B-Sides London.
Yeah.
You know, they get between 1,100 and maybe 1,500 maximum participants each year at a physical conference. So to have that kind of number, particularly when you're not going to see people you're familiar with, you know, you're not catching up with somebody because they've got a super reverse engineering talk that you want to go and see. I'm staggered. I'm kind of staggered by that. I'm almost goosebump level. I beg your pardon. Pumping a goose is a different thing entirely. Honk. But yeah, it's amazing, and that's again down to you, the people that gave up the time to get involved. What else have we got to talk about? So the recordings. We've recorded all the talks. We sought permission by asking everybody prior to their talk, are they happy for it to be recorded and all that kind of thing. We're now seeing, I think we've got just over half of yesterday's talks are now up on our YouTube channel. So for anybody that doesn't know, that's beercon.tv/YouTube. You can go and watch your talk. Feel free to do whatever you would like with that material, that artifact. That's yours. Okay, that's for you to put in your CV, your online profile, anything you like, and you should be proud of it because it's magnificent. You did a fantastic job. The rest of the talks will be edited over the coming days, and we'll get them up there. All the talks will then be available. If you'd like a copy of your talk, and you're obviously a speaker, then we'll be privately sharing access to that. So you've got your own file, and you can again go away and do what you like with that. So, kudos to Scott really on that one for turning that around really quickly. Kudos to Sean for doing the plugging one thing into another thing so that it appears in another thing, and we've got all that output, and that's brilliant. And not forgetting to press certain buttons that meant we didn't record voice or any of that kind of thing. And we've been there. Okay. Right, so what else we got? Swag and stuff like that. So we've got Teespring stuff happening. We're going to do Sticker Mule stuff, so you'll get stickers and things like that. And we'll sort all that out over the coming weeks. We're not in any massive rush, but we'll try and aim to get things to people over the coming weeks. And yeah, so watch out for that kind of stuff. But you will need to give us a postal address that you're happy to use, and we'll put a process in place by which you can share that information with us securely. So don't worry too much about that. What's next? We've got happy hour tonight, and it's the beer farmers are coming back to our thing. It's InfoSec happy hour, and that's going to be at 8 o'clock tonight. If you would like to know more about that, then I would suggest you go and find at InfoSec hour on Twitter, and if Sean or Scott wouldn't mind just dropping that in the Twitch. Those guys now run that thing, and if you DM them, they'll send you the credentials, unless they think you look like a bit of a troll, in which case they'll just ignore you. So be very careful. And in happy hour tonight, we've got two really cool things happening. We've got the InfoSec pub quiz that's going to be handled by the beer farmers. We're going to be running that thing with prizes. The star prize is astronomical. You will not believe it. But I'll give you a clue. It was donated to us by Pen Test Partners. I'll just leave that there for now.
Hint.
Hint. And then Chrissy Morgan's organised a kind of Halloween themed costume stroke fancy dress evening as well. So I'm not dressing up because I can't be bothered, right? But don't let me be the example. Go away and find your best witch's costume, your skeleton things and all that kind of thing. Get some makeup on. Do whatever you want to do. But get on there because there's going to be prizes again for the best costume, best dressed people. And Chrissy's gone away and pulled some switches and asked questions and got a nice prize list as well, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, I've seen some of the prizes that are going to be given away. So 8 o'clock, it's on Zoom. We'll be piping the pub quiz out via Zoom, but we'll be using our now famous Kahoot platform, which is chaos in a website, but we somehow make it work. But 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Hit up InfoSec Hour, get involved, and we'll see you for an after party and bring a drink with you. And that's it from me. Other than to say, thank you very much.
I echo that. Sean?
Same. That's been fantastic, and hopefully see everyone at happy hour.